Hello everyone, SiegeLink here, back with another game of Redeye vs. Stifle. Hope you guys are loving this little commentary of me casting my two friends here. Didn't even know Stifle was part of the spawning pool Discord until very recently, honestly. Proxy. Yep. And I can tell from this timing that it's the Rax proxy, because this is like the only build that I'm currently semi-comfortable with in TVZ. Because TVZ is by far my worst matchup, and this is the only build that does kind of well. Because the way it works is that if they go for early pool, it's pretty much guaranteed loss, but if they don't go for early pool, it's basically guaranteed win. Also, this is just, in general, kind of a bad play by Stifle to think to build them there, because that's definitely in the line of the Overlord. He builds them here. I personally build them kind of close. I would build them, I would say, about here, because I think eventually the Overlord will spot it, but usually if it's spotted about the time the barracks are finished. I think if you want to be really conservative, you should put them about here. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I actually made Redeye mad in one TVP game that I did end up losing, but not by that much. And I actually lost it because of siege timing. My timing is horrifically bad. Like, the second I go for drops, she's at my base, killing everything, which used to be pretty decent as Terran, but now the Nexus has, because the Nexus has recall instead of the Mothership Core having recall, it's pretty bad. I definitely don't agree with the move of bringing the SCVs back, especially because he's forgetting to... Oh, he's going for Reapers. And, okay, thankfully he's realized that. Okay, so now I understand why, because if you're going for the Proxy Rax build, you definitely should, yeah, and that's another reason you shouldn't do that. If it was the Rax, you definitely want bunkers, and you could also use bunkers here, but you also don't want to risk that being spotted by the Overlords. Now, Redeye knows what she's up against, but not completely. And yet, being someone who has played Mass Reaper a lot for a Surg, a lot of people don't know this, but Massling obliterates Mass Reaper, especially if it's only 2 Reapers at a time and not 3. So, Redeye should easily be able to push this back, but that third hatch is somewhat quick, I think. I think it's about average timing. CC in the main base here. I personally hate proxy Reapers because I personally think proxy Reapers is a completely terrible idea because, first of all, like 2 Reapers at a time is never really going to do anything unless your opponent doesn't respect it, which any opponent is going to respect this. And second of all, it's on this side of the map, and that's not really an advantage. I would say if you went 3 racks, that's a little bit of an advantage, but that's about it. Stifle's making a bit of a mistake of where he's keeping his Reapers, though. He is definitely microing this very poorly. He did not use his grenades at all until his, 3 Reapers died there. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And Redeye didn't even, I've actually played Mass Reapers versus Redeye. She had a very unique way of dealing with it. I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad way necessarily, but it didn't matter this game because Stifle had pretty more micro for Mass Reaper. And I think that's because he probably just doesn't play Mass Reaper that much. So in this game, it's simply 3 bases to 1. I mean, sure, Redeye doesn't have workers, but she will eventually. And I mean, even if he could land this, the Zerglings are just going to be here the whole time. And you can't even repair this either. So Redeye's going to come in. And that's just GG here. There's absolutely nothing Stifle can do. GG. So yeah, Bit of advice, Stifle, if you are planning on proxying them across the map, which is generally a bad idea with Reapers versus Zerg, because of just, if your opponent knows how to deal with them, it's never going to do anything, really. Um, then definitely proxy 3 barracks, because even if you had good micro, it wouldn't have really been enough. Because, I mean, Redeye was throwing away a lot of links for pretty much nothing that game, and still was able to defend it pretty easily, so, yeah. That'll be it for this game. Now time to record the next game.